if this question goes too far to basic things, then please excuse me. But I would love if you could just give me a short idea about what is ZIMZUM BEIT, because it was used the whole time, and I don't really know what it is.
Not one shot. It takes years to actually start to. So let's say that in our next sessions next year, I will give it the whole time, okay, that it needs to actually understand it, or at least not to understand it, to stand under it in a way that we can start a deeper understanding of the scope of it. Basically, ZIMZUM BEIT is the base of all creation. There was no creation, meaning something that can sustain life, that can sustain consciousness, that can sustain any kind of structure, if there was not sort of a cooperation between the measurement of judgment, meaning the measurement of limitation, with mercy. What it means with mercy? That it is not strictly judged by its merit. If the world would be strictly measured and judged by its merit, it would fall apart. So there is this, one can say, presence, which is attributed to Bina, which is called mercy, which is as well in Hebrew the womb that sustains the world till it can sort of, till it will be the time to give birth to it. So now I'm speaking about the whole 6,000 years of a reformation, of tikkun. And then it's like, you know what happens in birth? It's the womb is being sort of is collapsing. Yeah, meaning the structure of the world as we know it, as wholeness through mercy, collapse, and this is charuv, meaning it's being destroyed, and something else is coming out. Now, this is, let's say, the big circle of understanding, and in it, each generation, specifically our generation, is going its spirit, the journey of its spirit goes through that. It has to go, each spirit has to go through that, being in a womb, being born into a close relationship with this mercy, and every time that it needs to ascend or to attain a different degree in spirituality, it needs to go through this womb, because it needs to go through something that builds him, that it collapses, and then he's born into, let's say, some sort of an independence, he grows, but then if he needs to go higher, he needs to get another injection of DNA measurement of how to be. Yeah. So it means that the fact of Tzimtzum Aleph ending with a great frustration and inability of Malchut actually to proceed with her great plan, yeah, to actually allow a definition of self, or definition of I, a definition of will, and to allow the light of the Creator to extend to her. There is a property that is from the four aspect of direct light that can help her, and this is Bina. And when they are coming together, they always need to walk together, like Naomi and Ruth. This is parts of, actually, the walking together of Naomi and Ruth is the working together of the soul and the spirit, how they can cooperate. And they can cooperate only by the soul accepting the space, the definition of space, which means Eretz Israel, definition of God, of Nomi, the definition of the limitation of how to be and how to go about life. Only when she accepts it, there is actually the birth of Messiah. So this is the relationship between soul and spirit, which we see it a lot. And this is actually the acceptance of, one can say, of Malchut, of the world and measurement of Bina, allow her to actually produce worlds, journey, and ultimately a covenant that result in purpose, meaning actually attainment of what she actually wanted in the first place. So ZIMZUM BEIT is actually that which allows Malchut to fulfill the joint endeavor of the creator and the createe. Okay. It's a combination, but she needs the surrender. She needs to take the religion of, one can say, the religion of Bina upon herself, to convert. This is why we are all convertee. Yeah, is it clear what I'm saying? In terms
Can
of
you hear me?
human consciousness, in terms of vessels, and it means to accept the quality of Bina. Only that actually allows modus vivendi at all, a way to live. Yeah. Now, it has, one can say, 4 stages to it. First stage is when Malchut is sort of incorporated herself with Bina. So the first thing that is happening is that Bina is actually sort of like the best explanation is that when you have a baby, you don't tell him, especially when he cannot yet even move, you don't tell him, come to my breast. If you want to eat, come to my breast. No. You lower yourself to its level and you take it. This is what Bina does. Okay? It means that first Bina needs to sort of put herself to lower herself to the state of Malchut in order to understand her needs. Okay? Then, when they're standing on the same level, this baby is saying, well, I see from above. I see from the point of view of what raised me. Okay. Now, if it is so, then maybe I can send my legs to stand on my own legs. So, because the mother is holding, meaning Bina, there is a copulation with the light on Bina measurement. Okay. Then Malchut is going down to her place. Now we see the difference. Now there is a difference between right and left. Right is what is the measurement and qualities of Bina on her own, and left is actually the will to receive of Malchut, joining, or what was the will of Malchut, joining the will to receive of Bina. So you have 2. Now how you combine them? Third, yeah. All this is happening, you have to cut the head of the left. All this is happening actually as a result of ZIMZUM BEIT. What happens at the end? A new formation completely of the middle ground, or the middle column, which which is a new creature that is actually combined with the right and the left, with the domination of the right. So the head is the right and the left is the body. So we're actually through that created something that can hold the light. And this is called the middle line. All this is happening as a result of ZIMZUM BEIT. Yeah, clear?
Can you
היברידיות.
do you hear me? Yeah? Can you hear me now? So the aspect of mercy I got is very important, or the quality of mercy in it. It seems like this somehow makes something possible only. And at which point does this quality come in?
Moment, if you choose to.
Can you say it again? I didn't hear that.
And from the beginning, Bina extended herself to be in proximity to Malchut. So every time you actually surrender with the right power, meaning with the right intention, not only of yourself, of your group, every time you surrender to Bina, mercy happens. This is why I'm saying why surrender is so important, is to realize in the beginning the opportunity that actually you can reveal the presence of mercy. This is what happens in every surrender that we try to do, or can happen. I rest my case. I can go home.
Thank you. This is really beautiful.
Okay. Okay. So this needs opening up, but
thank you.
To soak in the notion of the importance of what actually can happen in surrender.